Hello everybody, and welcome back to another misery tutorial. Now, what's the subject of today's video? Anomalies and artifacts. Now, these two go hand in hand. That's because you're gonna find your artifacts in fields of anomalies. Now, if you didn't know, when you open your inventory, right below your secondary, you can see 4 slots. These 4 slots are meant for artifacts. Now, the effects of these artifacts can vary from giving you increased radiation resistance to lowering your base health but giving you more stamina, things like that. They don't give you increased carry weight, they don't give you increased damage, they just boost your stats that are usually down here. Now, to find these artifacts, you're going to need a bustle detector. Now, how do you get a bustle detector? You can either buy it from the shop or you can craft it. So if you go into your crafting bench, it's the starting one at the beginning. Just go to your crafting bench right here under the sledgehammer. It's gonna be bustle detector. It's just 3 iron bar and 5 electronics. Now, if you don't know how to get iron bars, all you're gonna want to do is put scrap. Let's grab some scrap into the incinerator, turn it on, and it'll start making iron bars, which show up like that. Now, while you're artifact hunting, I would recommend putting your bustle detector on your hotbar just to make it a little easier on you. So let's go out and show you guys what kind of anomalies spawn artifacts. Alright, so we're out in the world and it looks like we have a city map. And ooh, actually, before I forget, let me put my stuff on so I don't die of radiation. Let's go over here. Now, what we're looking for is like big groups of anomalies. So something like that up there wouldn't count, but ooh, you see those little black balls over there? That's a perfect place to look for them. All right, so we're here, and what you're gonna want to do is just equip your bustle detector, and you'll see it on the little gauge. If it starts moving and making a clicking sound, then you're near an anomaly. Oh, damn, that hurt. But as you can see, nothing's showing up, so there's no anomalies here. So let's go ahead and look for some more. Alright guys, looks like I was very unlucky and actually none spawned on that map. But that's fine. I can go ahead and save scum. Now, if you want a full tutorial for this, I'm going to link it in the description and up in the card to your top right. Basically, what we're gonna do is just save the game and reload it. All right, and we're back. Now, this looks promising. Now, as you can see on our bustle detector, it's actually reading something on the gauge. And if we get closer, it goes up as well as our radiation, but I have a hazmat suit, so I'm fine. And hopefully you can hear it makes a distinct tick. It's not the same tick from the radiation. It's more of like tapping a pen against a table kind of tick. But let's go search. So it seems like it's all the way over here. All right. Okay. Oh, and when you look at that, it's the toy truck. But as you can see, that's how it worked. Our little detector started showing up, and once it reached all the way to the end, it spawned in the ground. Now, here's the thing. If you do not have the detector in your hand, it will not spawn in. So if you've maybe gone through one of these and you're like, what the heck, I should have gotten one. That's because you didn't have the detector. Alright, I'm back at base. And as you can see, I have all of the artifacts on the ground right here. Now, if you count them, there's going to be 12. That's because, as far as I can tell, there's only these 12 in the game. But let's go ahead and see what they all do. And as you can see, I have all of them in my inventory right here. And even though they're in my inventory, they're not actually doing anything yet. To have them actually work, you have to equip them to one of these 4 slots. That means you can only have 4 of them, which I'm sure is self-explanatory. Now to do that, you can either drag them in like so, or just shift click them. Makes it kind of annoying if you're doing a bunch of grinding for these to sell them, because they do actually sell for a fair bit. And if you're lucky, you can find, I think I found up to like 3 or 4 in a single run, which isn't half bad. But go ahead, take these out. Now we're going to go from the smallest to the largest items, because obviously the largest items are going to be the best. But let's start with the calculator. Now, as we can see, the calculator gives us -5 hunger, +8 radiation, and +15 stamina. That means when I equip it, it's going to give me +15 max stamina. So if you think that by equipping it, it's going to instantly refill your stamina, no, it just increases the maximum of that stat. And kind of the same thing with the hunger. Obviously, it's a minus, so it's going to reduce the maximum of that stat. So if you equip it, that just means you're going to need to eat more often. Now, the +8 radiation, as far as I can tell, it kind of does nothing. Because as you can see, I have no radiation protective gear on, but it says it's giving me +8 radiation. My rads aren't moving. Now, it might be that when you go into an irradiated zone, it gives you +8 more, which I can see that happening, but honestly, it's probably negligible anyways, especially if you're running what I do, which is a gas mask and a hazmat suit. Now this is just going to give you -5 health and -15 radiation. Again, I'm pretty sure means, since it's a negative, that it gives you radiation resistance, and then the plus will just make you more susceptible to radiation. That's what I'm assuming, at least. Now the star, I hate the star. The star is the stupidest. I've gotten like 5 million of these things and I always sell them. It just gives you +20 hunger. I really don't see a need for the star. If you get it, I would just sell it. The Rubik's Cube, this one's a little better. It gives you -5 health, a +10 hunger and +10 thirst. But at least on this one, it's more distributed. Still kind of useless. Again, the small ones, they're not going to be too good because obviously the best ones are the big ones. But let's see. We have the clocks. That gives you + stamina, +5 radiation. The stamina, if you're picking any of the small ones, go with ones that give you stamina. Because that's, in my opinion, the best stat to buff. Because who doesn't want to just sprint around more? And the soap is pretty well rounded. It's kind of like the Rubik's Cube, just instead of having a negative effect, it has a positive effect. The iron is fine, I guess. It just gives you + HP. Now, for the last one, it's just going to be the wacky calculator. I'm not even going to try to say that. Just gives you health, -25 radiation. This one might actually be pretty good. Again, I guess if you don't want to wear a gas mask, or maybe you want to wear, instead of a hazmat suit, maybe you want to wear like a parka or something so you get more carry capacity. I can see that being useful. So the spinning top, that's going to give you +15 health, +10 stamina. It's not the best thing in the world. Out of all of these, it's probably the weakest one. But I mean, hey, it's better than nothing. All right, now we're on to the doll. This one's really, really good. It gives you +30 health and -40 radiation, which means instead of one of these, you know, giving you +10 health or whatever, this gives you +30 health. Now the jewelry box, that gives you hunger, thirst, and stamina. This is probably the best one in the game because not only does it improve your hunger and your thirst a lot more than any of these do, it also gives you +40 stamina. The toy truck, so that gives you -5 health, +5 radiation, +15 stamina. It's kind of like the calculator, just a little better since it gives you less stamina, less radiation increase. So I just go ahead and run that. And honestly, the rest of these you can just sell. These are the main 4 I would take. On the topic of selling artifacts, you're going to want to come down to the market And you don't want to go all the way into the back to this guy over here with the little flag. He's just kind of chilling with the mask. He's the medic. So, no, you can buy some pretty nice stuff from him, some meds. If you go to sell, here is where you sell all of your artifacts. And now every single artifact will sell for 50 bucks. So if you're like me and you have a nice collection of them, you can sell them for a pretty decent bit of money. So let's go sell that. Yeah, that's $4, $5, $6, $700. And with the $700, I don't know, go over to this guy, buy a shit ton of ammo. Matter of fact, you can even buy a bustle detector right here. So the dealer, you can buy a bustle detector. The medic, you can sell your artifacts. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful or useful in some way, shape, or form. Go ahead, drop me a comment if you would like to know more about this game. Go ahead, drop a comment if you have any insight, actually, or want to add on to what I said in this video. Maybe I got some things wrong. I will happily take that information and make a follow-up and or fix this video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.